Hey gang, good evening. Anthony Fontana here, alive after 5. It is a cold and rainy Friday night here on Long Island, and it's supposed to get better for the weekend. Great day today. Really a great day today. You know, anytime I can celebrate a win for someone, I got to tell you honestly, it gets me excited. And you know, it's the little things that matter. It's the little things, the little successes that could literally drive your entire life. Too many people try to accomplish everything in one shot, and then when they fail because you're trying to bite off way too much, to chew. The challenge with that is going to be very, very simple. You're going to fail, and you're going to react to that failure with, I can't do anything, I'm not going to do that again. And that becomes your paradigm. You end up failing forward all the time. The challenge that I have with thinking in such a broad manner, we're trying to accomplish something complex or something long-term in a short period of time because you seem to be in a rush, doesn't make any sense to me. Too many people are in a rush to keep up with the Joneses or get something done faster when they should be taking little bites. How do you eat an elephant? You eat an elephant one bite at a time. Little success story today. Have a friend that was on disability for years and did not miss the deadline to apply for Social Security's Medicare Part B, which is medical insurance. When you're disabled, you're eligible to apply for that, and usually it's given to you like within 90 days of getting accepted into disability. So if you miss that deadline and you don't have insurance when that happens, to get back on it, you have to apply, and you can only get it between January and March, I believe. Well, this individual had full coverage from private insurance for years. Different insurance companies, never missing more than 1 or 2 months. Now, I understand the law, I understand the code, but when you're up against the bureaucracy of the federal government, it can be pretty intimidating for people. So what I did was I helped her put together the application to apply for the medical insurance. And I said, look, you're going to get this. It's going to happen. Spending, a lot of money on insurance every month. And her official work-related coverage from a family member ended in September. So, and I knew that we had some time left, end of May. We had to get it done. I put the application through fully expecting an acceptance letter, which means May 1st, June 1st, the latest, she would be able to literally save $600 a month on her health insurance and get good coverage because she's qualified for it. Well, anyway, long story made short, it came back with a negative. It came back with a rejection letter. I'm like, that's just not possible. When you try to call Social Security, it's a bureaucracy. You can't get them on the phone. There's just no way around it. So I marched her down to Social Security today, the local one down on Long Island here, and I basically patiently waited, went up to one of the girls behind the desk and said, hey, here's the situation. You guys messed up. This particular person is fully qualified for Medicare Part B. And this clerk, God bless her, started looking over the paperwork, about a stack of papers, very carefully created application, very carefully done, everything noted, everything notated, all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, signatures everywhere. Anyway, it ended up, she said she rejected it right in front of me. I'm like, what do you mean? She said, no, you don't have, this person doesn't have coverage. She's not qualified to get, the Part B. She has to wait till January. Well, January is 7 months away, 8 months away, whatever it is. So we're talking thousands of dollars in additional costs going out of pocket. Someone that can't afford it, you're making $1,000 a month from disability, you're spending $700 of it on insurance. It's ridiculous. So I didn't get mad, I didn't get upset. I just said, let me explain something to you. I'm an accountant. I'm a mortgage banker. I know numbers. I know that application is completely flawless. You're misinterpreting your own law. My cover letter explains the law that you're required to follow. And she looked at it again. She said, no, there's no way. You have a gap in coverage. She has a gap of 1 month back in 2011. I'm like, that's from in between two policies. A month doesn't matter. It has to be 8 months. She's never had an 8-month consecutive failure to have insurance coverage in the private market. She's fully eligible for this right now. So she kept looking through it. She gets up, okay, I'm going to have to show it to a supervisor. Okay, knock yourself out. We have a seat. She goes in the back room, disappears for about 5 or 6 minutes, comes back out, calls us back up, and said, I got to be honest with you. Somebody made a mistake. We'll take care of it. You're good. I'm like, really? Great. Thanked her, thumbs up, and we leave. So, long story made short, if you're afraid to fight for your rights, if you're afraid to go up against a bureaucracy of the federal government, for example, don't be. It's like any project. It took me about, I would say, a little bit every day, probably maybe a couple of weeks to put this application together. I did a little bit every day. I didn't say, okay, I'm going to get the application done today. I'm going to start right now and get it done tonight. I didn't do that. I did a little bit every day. I took my time. I knew it was going to be okay, and I didn't rush it because I also knew I had enough time, and the time was fine. So the deadline for me was May 1st. We have that approval. So in probably another few days, she'll get a letter in the mail. She'll be fully eligible. And then the good news is she can take that coverage from the federal government and actually create a brand new private policy for the same amount of money that she'd be paying a federal policy for. So she'll still save around $600 a month, $7,200 a year. All because we did not take a giant complex idea and try to cram it down our own throats and get it done in one shot. So I'm going to give you some advice. You have a big project, break it down into its parts. If you have a really big goal, definitely break that down into smaller chunks, weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, daily. You can take any goal and subdivide it literally where you can plan out your whole day. You can take a small chunk of your day, focus like a laser beam, which is what I do on anything I have to get done. Focus like crazy, get that out of the way, and then focus on something else. I do not try to complete one project in one shot. Don't try to do that. So a little bit of success tip right there. For me, it worked today, big time. Saved a friend almost $8,000 a year, which is a huge amount of money. That's worth $200,000 in her lifetime. And I think I did that because I know how to handle bureaucracy, and I'm not afraid to put my foot out there and get something done. Love you guys. We'll speak to you tomorrow night. Have a great Friday. God bless. Say hi to people. Sal's here, Erin. Take care, guys.